friends, today we are going to learn science, which is a textbook for class 6. We are going to learn the first chapter, food, where does it come from? So here is a small question. What did you eat at home today? Find out what your friend ate today. Did you eat the same kind of food yesterday and today? We all eat different kinds of food at different times, isn't it? So we have an activity here. Ask your friends in the school about the items they would be eating during a day. See if you can also get this information from friends staying in different states of India. List all of them in your notebook as given in table 1.1 for as many friends as possible. So here in the activity we should ask our friends in the school about the items what they eat during a day. If you can, you should also get this information from friends staying in different states of India. And then after taking all the information, list all the items in your notebook as given in table 1.1 which we have are here. So what does the table have? The table have two columns. Name of the student or friend, food items eaten in a day. So make two columns in your rough note or your notebook and draw two columns. The first column heading should be name of your friend or the student, food items eaten in a day means like the food they eat in a day. After doing the columns, draw some rows and enter up the data you have collected. So here we have the pictures of different food items. Here we have idli with chutney and sambar, fish and dal. There seems to be so much variety in the food that we eat. What are these food items made of? Think about rice cooked at home. We take raw rice and boil it in water. Just two materials or ingredients are needed to prepare a dish of boiled rice. On the other hand, some food items are made with many ingredients. To prepare vegetable curry, we need different kinds of vegetables, salt, spices, oil, and so on. So, the food which we have listed in table 1.1, from that we can see that food there are so many variety of there's so much variety of food that we eat every day. What are they made up of? Now just imagine about rice cooked at home. We take some raw rice and some water and boil it. Just two materials, right? Yes, just two materials or ingredients are needed to prepare a dish of boiled rice. On the other hand, some food items are made with many ingredients. For example, to prepare a vegetable curry, we need so many vegetables, right? And what are the things else than vegetables we need to make a vegetable curry? Yes, They are salt, spices, oil, and so on, and many more. So we have another activity out here. Choose some of the items you listed in table 1.1 and try to find out what ingredients are used to prepare these by discussing with your friends and elders at home. List them in table 1.2. Some examples are given here. Add some more items to this list. So here, choose some of the items you listed in table 1.1. Take some items which you listed in the table 1.1 of the column food items eaten in a day and then try to find out what ingredients are used to prepare these by discussing with your friends from whom you got the data and elders at home and then list them in the table 1.2, which is this. The table gave some examples on here. Add examples from the table 1.1 food items eaten in a day. So, how do we make the table 1.2? We need two columns. The first column heading is food items. The second one is ingredients. So, we have two examples out here. Roti chapati is the food item name. Ingredients, atta and water. Dal, for making dal we need so many ingredients. They are pulses, water, oil, ghee, spices, and many more. What do we find? Do we find some ingredients common for different food items discussed in class? So, where do these ingredients come from? What do you find? We find some ingredients that are common for different food items. Discuss with your parents. Where do you think these ingredients come from? Food material and sources. It may be easy for us to guess the sources of some of the ingredients that we listed in table 1.2. Fruits and vegetables, for instance. Figure 1.2a. Where do they come from? Plants, of course. What are the sources of rice or wheat? You may have seen paddy or wheat fields with rows and rows of plants which give us these grains. And then there are food items like milk, eggs, and meat which come from animals. So up here, it may be easy for you to guess the sources of some ingredients that we listed in table 1.2. Fruits and vegetables, for instance, which is there in figure 1.2 or here. Where do you think they come from? Any guesses? Yes, plants, of course. What are the sources of rice and wheat? Do you know it? You may have seen paddy or wheat fields with rows and rows of plants, which give us these greens, right? And then there are food items like milk, eggs, and meat, which come from animals. So, where do you think will milk, eggs, meat, etc. come from? Yes, you're right. Animal sources. So we have, or here we have another activity. So in this activity, we'll take the food items listed earlier and try to find out where they come from, the ingredients and their sources. Some examples are shown in table 1.3. Fill in the blanks in table 1.3 and add more examples to this list. So, or here, in this activity, we should take the food items which we listed earlier in table 1.1 and table 1.2. So take some of the food items and try to find out from where the ingredients come from. Means find out the ingredients and their sources. Some examples are given in the table itself. Over here, they gave three columns which have the headings as food item, ingredients, and sources. So the food item is idli. Ingredients rice, urad dal, salt, and water. Sources. The source for rice is plant, which is paddy. And what do you think is the source of urad dal? Yes, it's vegetables, which again come from plants. Salt, where do you think salt comes from? It comes from oceans. And water, water comes from the high mountains and hills. So, how many of you know water cycle? I guess many of you know water cycle. Okay. Now, the second food item is chicken curry. Ingredients chicken, spices, oil, ghee, water. Sauces. Chicken comes from an animal which is hen. Spices comes from plants. Oil and ghee. Oil, ghee comes from both plants and animals. From plants we get mustard oil, then groundnut oil, etc. From animals we get ghee. Water. As you know, water comes from the high mountains and hills. Next, kheer. What are the ingredients for kheer? Milk, rice, and sugar are the ingredients for kheer. Where does milk come from? Any guesses? Yes, it comes from an animal, which is cow. Yes. Rice comes from plant, which is paddy. And sugar, where does it come from? Yes, you are right. It comes from sugar cane. What do we conclude from the activity 3? Plants are the sources of food ingredients like grains, cereals, vegetables, and fruits. Animal provides us with milk, meat products, and eggs. Cows, goats, and buffaloes are some common animals which give us milk. Milk and milk products like butter, cream, cheese, and curd are used all over the world. Can you name some other animals which give us milk? So, now what do you conclude from activity 3? Both the plants and animals are sources of food. Plants are the source of food ingredients like grains, cereals, vegetables, fruits, spices, etc. Animals provide us with milk, meat products, and eggs. So, how many of you know from where do we get milk? We get milk from goats, cows, and buffaloes. Milk and milk products like butter, cream, cheese, and curd are used all over the world. So here is a small question for you all. Can you name some other animals which give us milk? Plant parts and animal products as food. Plants are one source of our food. Which parts of a plant? We eat many leafy vegetables. We eat fruits of some plants, sometimes roots, sometimes stems, and even flowers. Have you ever eaten pumpkin flowers? Dipped in rice paste and fried it? Try it. Some plants have two or more edible parts. Seeds of mustard plants give us oil and the leaves, which are used as vegetables. Can you think of the different parts of a banana plant that are used as food? Think of more examples where two or more parts of a single plant are used as food. So now earlier we have studied that plants are one source of food, didn't we? Yes. We eat many leafy vegetables, right? Like spinach, cabbage. We eat fruits of some plants. Don't we eat fruits of plants? Some of them are mango, orange, banana, grapes, etc. Sometimes fruits. Carrots are fruits, so we eat them. Sometimes stems and even flowers. Did you try eating pumpkin flour, which is dipped in rice paste and fried? You should try it. Some plants have two or more edible parts. Here, edible means eatable. Seeds of mustard plants give us oil, and the leaves are used as vegetables. Can you think of the different parts of a banana plant that are used as food? So, we have learned that seeds of mustard plants give us oil, and the leaves are used as vegetables. Can you think of the different parts of banana plant that are used as food? Those who have said all the parts of the banana plant are right. We have the whole plant. It comes under food. We make the stem curry of banana plant. We the fruit of banana, which is banana, and then we eat the flower of banana plant. So now think of more parts of a single plant which are having many parts which we can eat. Right. So we have a small question. Pahili wants to know if any of our food comes from sources other than plants and animals. Didn't we get to? Yes. We have water which comes from high hills and mountains. Salt from oceans, right? Food item with plant as the major source. Ingredients source plant parts which gives us the ingredient. So now I'm talking about the table 1.4. So we have three columns. The columns headings are first column food items with plant as the major source. Second column ingredients or source. Plant part which gives us the ingredient. So now brinjal curry. What are the ingredients? Brinjal, chili as spice, oil from groundnut, mustard, soybean, and other plants. From which plant part do we get brinjal? Yes, fruit. Chili, fruit. Oil is from seed. I hope you understood today's class. So please stay tuned to get more lessons. Please subscribe, share, like, and comment. Thanks for watching. Hope you understood the lesson.